Yon World, what's the deal? It's your boy Original Dion, and today on my YouTube channel, we're going over the only book, Millennials, Star Seeds, Indigo Children. The only book you need to be aware of and you need to read from 2019, 2020, and beyond. The Bringers of the Dawn, Teachings from the Palladians by Barbara Marciniak is the only book you need to read. I want to emphasize that, put an exclamation point on that, because this book is deep. It's powerful for people out there questioning religion, for those that's moving into higher consciousness, into thought manifestation reality. You need to read this book. This is the hand guide. This is the insider information on everything that's occurring on Earth, everything that's about to happen to the human DNA. This is the book. If you're not in the traditional thinking, if you are alternative in your beliefs and you believe something different, you believe something bigger than the systems and mental slavery that's being placed upon people, if you see a bigger picture and you want that sharper image, you gotta read Bringers of the Dawn, Barbara Marciniak. Now, this book, just to give you all a little background, I knew about this book for years. This book came out in 1992. And I knew about this book for years, probably since I was 18. And when I first found it, I would listen to the audio. The audio book is about 3 hours, almost 4 hours. But I would listen to the audio book as I would sleep. And I learned so much from Barbara, this book. What happened to her is she channeled over 400 hours from the Palladians. Now, for those people, I'm hoping everybody open-minded, but for those people who are not yet too familiar, it was a group of intelligent beings that came down to Earth centuries ago. They left temples, monuments in every region of the Earth, from Mexico, Africa, to Europe, to India, to Asia. Anywhere you look, you will find ancient remains. Japan, everywhere, you will find ancient remains of intelligent beings that lived here centuries ago. Now, all of these intelligent beings still have different life, but on higher dimensions. They live in different star systems. The Pallades is one of the star systems. Different intelligent beings come from star systems and they leave information and they bring back information through different people that are open and receptive enough to the information. I just wanted to share this with y'all. I've been keeping this close to my heart for years, and it's a specific chapter I want to go over. Chapter 11. It's a lot we can talk about with this book, but we're going to get straight into it. The name of the game, chapter 11. In order to survive in the times that are coming, it is imperative to move into the idea of thought manifestation or super consciousness. Super consciousness is only a word to you at this time. It is not a concept that is inside of you yet, because you cannot conceive being so in tune and filled with so much information. Yet, as you evolve, that is what you're moving toward. There are those who are very aware that this movement of consciousness could begin to sweep the planet, and they are banking on it not occurring. It has already occurred. We have come back into your past to assure you this. Now, this is deep because they lived it already. They already know what's coming. They looking at it from an eagle eye perspective. If you understand the dream world and deja vu, how you can see something in your dreams and then, experience it down here. That's deep, and you got to understand that they seen the human experience, how it's going to, evolve and everything. They know exactly what's going to happen. And through certain individuals, they come back and give information. And those individuals, we got to take their work serious, because you can be ahead of the curve and knowing what's going to happen.
What I share with you today, maybe it plants some idea inside of you, maybe it registers someplace with something that you already know, that you're impulsed to awaken in yourself, and maybe you're afraid, maybe you don't understand it, maybe you're concerned that you'll change too much. I believe in change, and I believe that the survival of the species and the transformation of the planet involves tremendous change. The message that the Pleiadians give is one of understanding the isolation that the human species has been locked within. They call the present version of the human species modern man, saying that basically we spring from an experiment that began about 500,000 years ago, and that the gods that created us are extraterrestrial beings who in reality have forgot their own gods, and these extraterrestrial beings are going through their own process of change at this time. And because they created us, because we're a part of how they learn, we're involved and they're involved in this time of coming together. What the Pleiadians have taught me is that this coming together, this collapsing of time, this merging of consciousness that's taking place between all species on the earth plane, has to do with something that is going to create, let me see how I can put it, a new geometric thought form, a new geometry of being that's literally going to move through our universe and change the entire course of our universe. They have told me and told the people that they speak to that the human species genetically has very different organizational structure than we've been led to believe. They said that the evolving human, the human that will emerge on this planet, will have 12 strands of genetic material, and these 12 strands of DNA will activate within the human full brain capacity. This is something that is quite a lot to consider. And yet I can say in the last few years of working with these energies that the process has begun to take place inside of me. I've changed. I have abilities that I did not have before. I have understandings that I never had before. And I have assistance that's based on non-physical presence that I know is always with me. And I feel that the message I'm led to share with you is that these beings are around all of us. And that if you would relax, and if you reconsider who you are, you can open to this very wonderful relationship that's really a relationship with another form of yourself.